April 9th, 2024, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I got Chris Ruffolo and Jay Briggs. As always, interesting day of sports yesterday, and no NBA, but Jay posting his NBA Find Him in the Crowd contest. I didn't win. I thought for sure I had it in the bag, but I don't know, man. I saw that. I was like, there he is. And he's in costume, but no, didn't happen for me. I certainly tried my best. I picked through the entire tape. Chris, could you find Jay in there? Because I thought I had
it. 32 years of playing Where's Waldo would have prepared me for that. It didn't. Yeah. I was thoroughly disappointed that I couldn't find Jay in the crowd. I tried. I'm with you. I tried, but failed miserably.
You didn't even take a stab at it? Like, just say, this could be,
Oh, no, I did. I'm just saying I failed miserably.
Jay, what's happening? Day off of the jam session, back on the court today. Got some good games out there today and tomorrow, too. So, Nuggets-Timberwolves is tomorrow. That's a big one in the West. And we got a lot of games today. We got Major League Baseball as well. Man, I think all the run line favorites with negative odds after I bashed the whole thing, they all lost outright. I mean, I think pretty much yesterday. So, just goes to show you. Run line, negative odds, never do it. Ever, ever, ever. It is a stupid, stupid bet. It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. There's no payoff. You're basically saying you're going to lose by doing that. It's like all you're saying is I'm going to cut my losses when I lose instead of saying I'm trying to win. Whatever. UConn men just scored again, Jay. I think I just see another three-pointer uncontested going in. So in your lifetime, you haven't been around as long as I have. Where does this team rank? I mean, they gotta be up there.
They're up there, man. To not only did they win it back-to-back years, but I don't think enough people are giving them credit for how dominantly they won in back-to-back years. Like, they covered the spread every fucking game.
There are only two teams in college basketball history to win every one of their tournament games by 13 plus points. 2023 UConn and 2024 UConn. Yeah. That just speaks to it.
I mean, the sharp chasers were all on Purdue looking for some kind of angle there. Just did not develop, man. You knew right out of the gate when Edey went up for the shot. The guy was right in his face. It was like, this is probably going to be a long night for this guy. And I thought Hurley's comments after the game, of course, I missed one shining moment.
I didn't really hear any comments. What did he say?
He said that it's hard to get people to buy into what they're trying to do when you have star players like he has, and that, when it's all about the team, that the players sometimes don't get the notoriety that they're due. But for anyone considering UConn in the future, you can see the draft status of our players hasn't been affected. That's what he said.
What do you think about that?
I think it's true. I mean, he's got two guys that are rated lottery picks, and if they come out, and I don't think they would have been any higher rated if they would have been, guys that kind of took over the thing. I mean, I think, what makes these teams dangerous is just so many options, and everybody is confident in everybody else, and it just seems that it's not, wow, he hit the shot like you see on some other teams. It's like he's thoroughly expected to make it, and that's why they go on these runs. I mean, everybody just has confidence in everybody else, and it's like they're just a well-oiled machine. What we talked about on yesterday's show and throughout, these UConn games, especially later on in the tournament, those empty trips, man, they add up in a hurry when these guys are going. It's like we saw, a 4-point lead go to a 9-point lead. We saw, even when they reeled them back in, it was like you could only hold them down so much. Pretty amazing. I've seen a lot of teams throughout the years, and definitely up there. even
Yes,
with
sir.
the Jim Calhoun teams.
Yeah, you're more shocked at this point when they miss a shot. I think
Yeah,
that's just how
it
good
was
the
kind
team
of,
has
and
been.
even those were rattling around inside the
Yeah.
rim and popping out. It's like it was amazing. It was just like just surgical, right? It was like Tom Brady against the Jets. It was just like surgery, right? It's just like there's no answers, man. It was like craziness, man.
I will say I earned a level of respect for Zach Edey for just
He
trying to
was
put the
balling.
team on his back.
He was balling.
Yeah, yeah. What do you have? Like 30? I think he had 37 points, 10 rebounds. And the team scored 60. It's like there's only so much you can do if you're
I
Zach
think
Edey. I mean,
I think he an NBA player. I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah, I think there's a place for him in the NBA, but I think he's definitely improved as well over the years. But I don't know if he's a starting NBA player.
Yeah, starter. I don't know, but severe minutes off the bench. Yes.
Yeah,
I think there's
yeah, on the right team too. He might be a starter.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said for NBA player versus NBA starter, like you guys are saying. Like NBA, like he's fully capable of stepping into the league and giving a team something that obviously they don't have, which like I keep saying, 7'4" players don't grow on trees.
If you were an NBA GM, what's the highest you would draft him? Would you think that you wouldn't get fired?
Back end of the lottery.
Really?
15.
Wow.
I could see someone going that high to get him after the tournament he had.
I could see 20s to second round.
So, Mitch, if you had the 17th pick, he's right there on the board. Think you're going somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay.
I just think that there's a lot of good players out there, and I think there's going to be a lot of good players available. I think I like the guy from Baylor, not the center from Baylor. I think the center from Baylor. Do you take the center from Baylor or him? I think him. I think because he can hit the free throws when he gets hacked. Flapowski, 7-footer, or him. I would probably take him over him too. A little tougher. At least at this stage. But Terrence Shannon Jr. or him, Shannon Jr. It's like, and that's who's in that range. You got to look at the guys who are there, and it's Cody Williams, Jacoby Walter. I mean, I'd rather have either of those guys or Shannon over him, not because a fault of him, but I just think those other guys have like a high ceiling, kind of like when Victor Oladipo came out. I thought he had the super high ceiling. Like he was the guy that might not be there yet, but he was the guy with the highest ceiling. And he may have been that guy. He just has been banged up throughout his career. When we've seen, when he's been on. But I don't know. There's some other guys I'd rather have than him, but like you guys say, I think he could definitely contribute, and I think he's better than some of these other player of the year type guys that have come out of the Big Ten in recent years, including Garza, who plays with the varsity, and some of the other guys as well.
I will say, if Tankathon is right on, I'm liking the draft the Raptors have. They've got Stephon Castle going to the Raptors at 6. They've got Terrence Shannon Jr. going to the Raptors at 17, and Zach Edey going to the Raptors at 31.
But the problem is But the problem there isn't Zach Edey, to there. The problem is that we know Zach Edey. There's only one team that he kind of fits in with, and that's the Clippers. Because they can afford to have that type of player on the roster if he busts out.
Is Edey Canadian?
He is. Yeah. He's from just outside Toronto.
Oh yeah, he going to the Raptors. Book it, sign it. I'm done. I'm sold. That's where he going.
Tankathon has Tyler Kolek going to the Wizards.
Yeah, 26.
Poor bastard.
You spend all that time at Marquette building something for yourself to end up in Washington.
Yep. He going to Toronto. They gonna love him in Toronto.
It's Tankathon has an interesting list, and I think that we're going to see this change up a little bit. I personally believe that Isaiah Collier, who they have going at 15 to the Heat, is a better player than that. If the Heat get him at 15, I'm going to be ecstatic.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, he to me is a top 5 guy. I don't think he's going to be there, you know. I think he's top 5. They got so many centers going here on Tankathon. You know,
how they have Johnny Broom from Auburn going at 52 is beyond me. Walking double-double.
Well, they've had, guys like that have gone, further down.
Yeah, I'm just seeing some of the names they have going ahead of them, and I'm just like kind of scratching my head as how they get there, but
Hunter Salas from Wake to Indiana. Kind of like that.
Whoever gets, I don't know if you're looking at 35, whoever gets Dylan Jones out of Weber State's getting a steal if he goes that late, which he probably will because from Weber State. But
a lot of Shireman to the Pistons.
Ray,
I tell you, it's super hard once you get into this part of the draft to pick who's going where. That's for sure. I think over the next couple of weeks, once we have the lottery, which usually takes place, game 3 or 4 of the Western Conference Finals, right? Around that time. We'll see exactly. And the thing about the NBA draft that I like is that they don't wait until 4 months after the season like the NFL does, Like the NFL, the Super Bowl happened, 2 months ago already. They're going to do the draft this month, right? But in the NBA, it's like the season ends and the draft is like the next day, after the season ends, right away.
Yeah.
So I like that. How about Misi going to at 16?
You know who's is even faster? The WNBA. They're just like next week. So like we're gonna see Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and all them playing in the WNBA, like
in like May.
Before the NFL draft. It's like it's the way that they do it. I mean,
so.
Well, maybe they'll be in. Maybe one will wind up in Vegas. We'll go to Aces game when we're out there next time.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Get me a Kelsey Plum jersey.
Chris is up for the Aces. Down with
Kelsey Plum has my heart. I'm sorry.
Why is that? I've never seen. Never watched women's basketball. I'll have to check her out. What's her name?
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum.
I think she was the women's all-time leading scorer before Caitlin Clark broke the record.
Kelsey Plum. Long-distance marriage. Darren Waller.
Yeah. She could do better.
Why? He's not a bad player.
I'm right here. I'm reading. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Rue.
Rue's been working out, saying all the right things, hanging with all the right people, hanging out with Dez.
Yeah. There you go.
Tweeting back and forth with Dez.
Dez walks up to her. What are you doing with Darren Waller?
That's funny. All right, well, we got Major League Baseball going on. Let's do that first since it happens first. Let's get into it. got the quick look at the comments. I don't see Raul back here after the no Aaron Judge home run yesterday. He's looking for him. I think Raul is like a $5 parlay better. I don't think this is his show.
Jeez, still throwing darts.
I'm telling you, man. I just think I'm not that type of better, right? So it's like I struggle with it, you know. So I like a lottery ticket as much as the next guy, you know. But it's like I mean, Aaron Judge, you know, Yankees money line is not where you're gonna find me at +1 and -190. Martin Perez up against Casey Mize, and the Red Sox finally get home. It's April 9th. The season started back in March. They have played 10 games, and this is their first home game of the season at Fenway Park. Brian Bayo. Daylight, oh man, we want to go home. So with Corbin Burns, is this the time we bring it up, or do we bring it up later on in the show when we do the actual Cubs game? With the to talk about Craig Counsell and his mastery over the pitching staff, because that's what he was billed as. He was billed as the genius of managing the pitching staff, the master of the pitching staff. I say this. You give me Woodruff, you give me Burns, you give me Hader, and a couple of these other guys, I could probably manage the pitching staff okay, too. Plus, they have the other reliever, who was the setup guy who became the closer. It's like, I mean, crazy pitching staff that he had.
Jeffress or Darren Williams?
Yeah, both.
Devin Williams, sorry. Devin
Williams. But we saw the way that Counsell really managed the pitching staff last night. The meltdown in San Diego. Jay, did you catch that one?
My God, that was disgusting.
I had the Padres as a premium too. I was excited.
The exclamation point! Oh my
that
God.
Was that home run. That was. I'm not big into the bat flip or whatever, but that was a bat flip. That's how you do it. Two-hand.
That was the exclamation point.
That was. And the whole thing was there was really never a doubt that he was going to do that. You know, it was just like he got up to the plate. Everyone knew it was going to be a home run. It was just a matter of how far it was going to go.
Yeah.
Did you catch that game, Chris? The Padres Cubs last night. It was on after the
Don't get me started.
It was So 8-0, and in comes Adbert Alzolay.
Just another bad beat.
Oh, you had the Cubs?
Yeah, I did.
I was on the other side of that. Anyways, Pirates, Tigers. We got the Red Sox and the Orioles. Chris, why don't you get us started?
All right. Well, I'm going to lean towards the Tigers for the value in that one, just because I'm not a huge Martin Perez fan in this lineup. I thought he was better in Texas, and I just think he's going to get beat around at some point this year, and I'm not giving up on the Tigers and the value just yet, but I think I am ready to take value with the Boston Red Sox in this matchup. I do like the Baltimore Orioles. I do like how they've, did this roster, but there's just no denying that right now the bullpen is in shambles, and they're just not a team I'm looking to get behind until they can show me that they fixed those issues. I mean, was it now 3 straight games that the bullpens cost them? Or at least back to back. The Boston Red Sox, they've been playing some of the best baseball up to this point. That's been all been on the road. Now they go back home where they have played considerably better over the last few years. Brian Bayo, a solid option. I think he pitched his better baseball at home last year as well. So give me the Red Sox here at +112.
Jay, what are you thinking in these?
I'm thinking I'm rolling with the Cubbies. I mean, not the Cubs. Cubs in my brain.
Now Jade not just jumping one time slot; he's jumping like the other end of the card.
I don't know why the Cubs in my mind. I'm thinking about the Tigers is what I was talking about. The Tigers with Casey Mize plus money, fade Martin Perez. Perez, he was a guy for the Rangers, couldn't really find the rotation in our rotation last year that wasn't great. He had some solid years like 2 years ago, but I think he's capable of getting lit up here. I really do. He pitched well against the Marlins. In hindsight, what does that really mean? And then pitched well against the Nationals. What does that really mean? The Red Sox home opener, I think, not the Red Sox, the Tigers in this one get to him. And yeah, I'm on Detroit in that one. And the other one, I am on the Red Sox, fading Baltimore home opener. Corbin Burns, I know you guys love you some Corbin Burns. He's solid, but I love me some Brian Bayo. For the Red Sox to be 7-3 and this to be their first home game, I think speaks volume. Now you're going to tell me it's the Angels and the A's. I get it. But still, I think Baltimore is one of the most overvalued teams in baseball right now. Are they a good team? Yes. Will they be there in the thick of things in the end? Yes. But minus 135 favorite on the road against a Red Sox team playing well in their home opener, getting value, sign me up.
I got to go with the Pirates here in Perez. Casey Mize just doesn't look right. He was developing into, he was the number 1 overall pick, and he was developing into that type of pitcher before the injury, but we haven't seen it since. And he got hit pretty hard. I think Perez is good enough in this one for what the Pirates should be able to do to Mize. On the other side, I like the Orioles here to destroy the Red Sox on opening day. It has less to do with Corbin Burns and less to do with Bayo than anything else, than the bullpen. I think it's called regression to the mean, and something that we talk about, playing to the back of your baseball card, right? Ruffolo loves that one. He uses that one. It could be talking about anything. It's like, I play to the back of my baseball card. It's like, what the hell are you talking about, man? It's like, we're talking about gum chewing, wings, man. We're talking about gum chewing. It's like, well, I chew to the back of my card. But the Red Sox come in with a 1.53 ERA for their starters and a 1.45 for the bullpen. And, the Orioles have a 2.15 for their bullpen. Really nothing to really shake a stick at. And the starters at 3.25, which I think they're more capable of staying in line with the 3.25 starters. And, maybe the bullpen goes up a little bit. But the Red Sox, 1.53 and 1.45 at Fenway Park, I don't think so. I really doubt it. So I think Bayo battles it out with Burns. I think they're fine. I think the first 5 innings you might even go Red Sox. But I like Orioles game in this one. And I can see the bullpen getting hit hard. And then, tomorrow, we have to really watch that Red Sox bullpen today and see how much work they get, because with Nick Pivetta going tomorrow, he's got a .05, 0.53 ERA going into that game. I'll tell you what the chances of Pivetta finishing with a 0.53 ERA this season are. 0. Absolutely zip. And I think Pivetta finishes with a 5.30 ERA or higher.
The chances are 0.53.
The chances are 0. In what world does Nick Pivetta waltz around with a 0.53 ERA? Jay's been looking at too many eclipses if he thinks that's going to happen. My favorite part of the entire eclipse, by the way, I have to go back to it. My favorite part of the entire eclipse was when they brought in William Shatner as the eclipse expert on ABC News.
Oh my God.
It was our CBS News. Yeah, I'm watching because I got on TV. We only got like a 0.53 or 53% eclipse here. So I'm watching it on TV, and they bring in Billy Shatner as your eclipse expert. You can't make this stuff up.
That's hilarious.
It's like, how is Captain Kirk the eclipse expert? Shatner's like, I'm not. Bill, can you come on and do this? I'm not doing anything, sure. It's like, I got nothing going on. Let's go where no man's been gone before. We got the Guardians of Cleveland. Logan Allen off to a hot start this year, too, up against Soroka, who's kind of a Casey Mize, but on the White Sox. And then you got the Reds, Frankie Montas, who looks happy to be out of New York, up against everybody's favorite, Joe Dress for Less Ross. Jay, what do you think?
Not two of my favorite games here. Mitch, I think this is a series me and you might be getting along, man, because I know the Guardians have been hot. They've been playing well, but I gotta attack the value here with the White Sox. Logan Allen is having a nice season. I understand why the price is what it is. I get all that, but I'm on the White Sox in this one. I think if you don't want to go money line, at least go 1.5. Like, I think they're going to keep it semi-competitive. We know the Guardians are capable of their bats just going dead. That's been the case with them in spots for multiple seasons. So I wouldn't be surprised if Soroka came out here and had a decent outing. And this was a low-scoring, competitive game. I think the White Sox can win it, and at this plus money price, I will attack it, but I also like the 1.5 here in these two.
Soroka definitely looked a lot better last time out against the Royals, and I know the White Sox lost 10-1, and he took the loss in that game because he gave up 2 runs. Starting pitching record is the dumbest stat in all sports. It's not as dumb as laying runs in the run line or odds in the run line, but it is just, it doesn't even make any sense. He went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, 1 home run on 91 pitches. They lost 10-1, and he took the loss. They lost 10-1, man. He gets the loss in that thing. I don't know what he's supposed to do. But I think Soroka certainly has a high side. Logan Allen's looked pretty good, and I don't know, man. I'm a White Sox fan, but I'm also a realist. Hope will, shatter your dreams. So I'm hopeful, and it's the season's not over yet. Just because my 2 favorite teams have 2 wins total combined, doesn't mean it's a lost season. But yeah, it's a tough one. I don't think Logan Allen's as good, and I do think that I think Soroka can keep him in it. It's just a matter of the bats can get it done. The White Sox are hitting less than 200 versus righties and lefties. It's a magical combination that they have coming into this one. That for the season, they're hitting 198 versus righties, and then Logan Allen, this is lefty Logan Allen, they're hitting lefties at 153. That just doesn't get it done. In a sport where the goal is to score more runs than your opponent, if you're batting 198 versus righties and 153 versus lefties, it really doesn't matter what your pitchers do. It really doesn't even matter. The other game, we've got Joe Dress for Less Ross, kind of trying to revamp his career against Montas. Montas looks good, outside of New York. And Joe Ross, he looked like Joe Ross the last time, He didn't get a decision in that thing, but he didn't allow a run. But, man, did he have runners on base the entire game, which is amazing considering he only gave up 2 hits. The guy only pitched 3 1/3. 7 runners reached base on 2 hits. That's hard to do, and none of them crossed the plate. I got to go with the Reds here. I think Joe Ross gets his location straight and puts the ball over the plate, and that's never been good news for him throughout his career. I'm going to go with the Reds. I don't love it. I don't love either of these games. Chris?
Where am I?
Well, we got the Brewers, Reds, and the...
Yeah, no, I had to find it on my screen, sorry. I'm going to go with the under 9 in that White Sox-Cleveland game. I'm not ready to give up on Mike Soroka just yet. And Cleveland last year was really tough to back against right-handed pitching. They would get the job done some nights, but yeah, it's just hard to back with some of their OPS and isolated power numbers. So I think Soroka could have some success here because Cleveland not known for necessarily putting a ton of runs on the board, but Chicago's offense has been non-existent as well. They haven't been great against lefties this year. I think Logan Allen could have a good start there as well. I think that could be a 1-3, 1-4 wins kind of game. And I'm going to go with Cincinnati at home here. Frankie Montas has looked really good in his first couple starts. I'm just not a Joe Ross fan. I think he could get roughed up here. This is normally a guy that, gets teed off on. I mean, this guy's had a full, workload since 2019. I think that's the only season that, 2021 was his, the most starts he's had in a season. He had a 4.17 ERA. Normally he's good for a 5+ ERA. I think a great American he gets teed off on here. I think the Reds build on yesterday. Give me the Reds here.
I think we pinned Ross on Rod back then on the show, and I think he blew a gasket.
Yeah, I don't want him.
Lost it. I didn't pick Ross. It's like I think you did. I actually think you did. I think you did. Dude kind of missed getting run, blowing a gasket. You're muted.
I'm saying I didn't because I had to sit here and get in the middle of it and be sitting in the middle of it.
You put words in my mouth. It's like, I didn't put words in your mouth. Just because you took Joe Ross doesn't mean you got... I did not take him. Yeah. You never really want to get on the text chain with Rod if you can avoid it.
You've never made it in life until he tells you to blow it out your ass.
I'd never even seen that combination of words before. We got the Yankees up against the Marlins. Oh, man, knock, got knocked around yesterday. But none of those home runs, Raul is back. But none of those home runs were by Aaron Judge. So that makes you a... loser with your home run prop bet yesterday. And but we got AJ Puke today on the mound, so anything's possible. And then we go back to Toronto, where I gotta say, man, I thought the Blue Jays played decently, and I thought their pitching was good, but I thought it was less than inspiring on the offensive end. Against Castillo. They had chances. They had guys on, man, and they could not get it across. Jorge Kirby on the bump for that one for the
Jorge
Kirby, our favorite player from Rye, New York.
Jorge Kirby.
He's from Westchester County, just outside the city. He's a commuter. I like this over in this Yankees-Marlins game. I hate going against the Marlins, and I hate big favorites like that, but I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Yankees in this one and take the over. Now, I'll go with Raul's Aaron Judge home run prop in this one. I think everybody gets one. I like Stanton home run. I like Judge home run. I like Raul home run. I think I like them all. Raul will be rounding the bases. Hey, you ever go to a baseball stadium where they let you go early and run the bases? You ever do it? Man, it's I'll tell you what, man, it's way further than you think. Like, it's not like Little League, where it's just a little run to first. Man, it's far. Do they let you do it in Texas, Jay? Like, you get there like a couple hours early, they let you run the bases? Mm-mm. They used to do it in Cincinnati when I lived there. You get there early, like one night a month or something. You get there early, you could run the bases, man. It was like, why did I do this? Why would I do this to myself? It's like, to realize, and I'll tell you what, man, you're on that field. It's like you're in the stadium and you're like, you see it on TV. It's like, oh man, you can knock the ball out of here, no problem. You stand on that field, it's like, that is a long way away, man. That fence is far. Anyways, I like that, and I like the under in the Seattle-Toronto game. I'm going to go with the sexy Ruffalo style pick. Chris, what do you got here?
I'm going to stick with the Blue Jays here. Chris Bassett, struggled in his last couple starts, but both those were on the road. And last year, I mean, he was still a 16-game winner and, had a sub-3 ERA at home last year. So I think he does better at home. I think the Jays, I think they're going to enjoy playing at home this season. I think they get a win here with Bassett here. I like George Kirby. He's one of our guys, but both of his starts were at home. And I think over the last couple of years, he's pitched better at home. So give me the Blue Jays to get the job done at home here. And give me the over 8 in that Marlins-Yankees matchup. I think there's going to be runs, and more runs in this game. I'm taking the over.
I got to switch up on my Jays today, man. I'm taking Seattle and Jorge Kirby. Bassett, I hear what you're saying, Roof. All that makes a lot of sense. It really does. But until I see him do it, I can't trust him to do it. And the way I look at it is, he let the Astros light his ass up, who weren't playing well at the time. Tampa Bay, who really ain't playing that well, in my opinion, either, kind of got to him. And so I think the Mariners kind of gets him a little bit. And I think Kirby kind of rights the ship here. I trust Kirby more than I trust Bassett. I'm with Mitch. I had the Blue Jays yesterday, and even then I was like, Mariners, I don't know if the Blue Jays won this game as dominantly as people may think they kind of did. I don't know. Attacking the value here. Give me Seattle with Kirby as a dog. And then in the other one, I like that over with you. The price is too far gone for me to take the Yankees with Rodon. I don't want to lay 2.5 runs either. But I will just take an over and just pray the Yankees can get there themselves. I think that's the best approach. The Marlins might get a few over, too. But I think most of the damage is done by New York. I'm going to take the over.
That mother pucker. How do you say Chris is a puke or puck?
Technically, it's puck.
Makes me want to puke. Next up. Oh, man, 38 minutes in. We're actually giving picks.
Yeah, we're flying.
Yeah, we're
at warp speed.
We're 6 games in. I mean, on a 40 game card. My wife's like, "What are you doing? What do you have today?" I'm like, "Wow, we got 30 games, so show's gonna be a while."
She comes in and checks you for a fever. What's wrong? You're only 37 minutes in. You've already gone through 3 sets of baseball games. What's wrong?
She's like, "That bit's not funny." Got the Braves against the Mets. Oof. I saw the Roniacs on full meltdown mode in the YouTube comments on that Braves-Mets game yesterday. And it's Lopez versus Hauser. And then Louis Varland's got a paying gig with the Twinkies here up against Tyler Glasnow and the Dodgers. Chris, what do you think?
I'm going to take the let's see here. I'm going to take the over in that Braves Mets matchup. Braves, I think, are going to get to Adrian Hauser early and often in this one, and I still don't know how Reynaldo Lopez has a spot in this Braves rotation. I know he's probably going to have to eat up some innings now that Spencer Strider is looking to probably be out. I'm guessing he's out for the season. I'm guessing Tommy John is in his future, but still, I just don't think Reynaldo Lopez should be one of those guys. So I like the over 9.5 there. And I'm going to take the Dodgers on the run line. The Minnesota Twins. The problem for Minnesota is that they strike out a ton. And they got 25% strikeout rate against righties. Tyler Glasnow, a guy that lives with double-digit strikeouts per 9 innings year after year. And I think the Dodgers absolutely get to tee off on Varland here. And I think Twins just can't keep up against Glass now. So give me the Dodgers on the run line.
Give me the Dodgers -2.5. I have no problem landing with the Dodgers. That's a team I ain't got no problem landing with. Yankees, I still don't trust them. Still don't trust them. Dodgers, Mookie, Ohtani, Freeman. yeah, they finna tee off on Varland ass. And y'all know I love fade Minnesota. One of my favorite things to do is to fade Minnesota teams. The Twins, the House of Disappointment. I trust Glasnow here. I think the Dodgers tee off on Varland. Lay 2.5, get you some plus money.
So last year when Glasnow faced the Twins, he got absolutely lit up like a Christmas tree. I think he gets lit up again. I don't like this guy. I don't care. He cried like a little girl. Remember, Chris, the sticky stuff? I hurt my arm because of eliminated the sticky stuff.
Not as bad as Garrett. Not as bad as Garrett Cole.
Oh.
But
Joel Zumaya is my favorite still. But yeah, not big on Glass now. I'm going with the Twinkies in this one. A salvage one against the Red Sox. He's got a career 5.0 ERA versus the Twins, and that's like after a good performance when he was with the Pirates a long time ago. I'm not big on the Dodgers. I'll continue to fade them most of the season, especially on the road, especially as big favorites like this. Louis Varland is nothing special. I mean, I know Chris loves him, but you can't love him that much. I mean, I know there's something attractive about that 6.75 ERA coming in. But the thing is that career-wise, he's much better than that. So you have to figure that he does something here to level out those numbers and bring them down a little bit. He'll play to the back of his baseball card.
Thing is, I don't know if he is.
You don't know if he is. What are you talking
I don't know
about?
if he is better than I don't know if he is better than a 6.75 ERA at the end
He
of the
gave
day.
up 3 runs in 4 innings. 1 home run.
I'm not a Varland
2
fan.
walks.
I'm not a Varland fan, just as much as you're not a Glasnow fan. So
You're always like Varland.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I don't know. Pretty sure you said Varland.
I think I had something stuck in my throat.
Pretty sure you said Varland. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Twins here. I just think they've been saving it. As Jay said, they're the 500 team, but so that means they got upward mobility here.
Fuck all that.
Jay takes it back. And then we got the Braves against the Mets. I got to say, man, I enjoyed that Roniak comment meltdown going on YouTube. I got to take the Mets again, man. With all these, because there's all these Brave people in there putting the Braves on the do not bet list after one meltdown like that. You got to figure they'll be right back on the horse. I'm going to take the Mets. Hauser. Ronaldo Lopez is not a minus 190 pitcher.
I only have one team on the do not bet list. I already put them there, and then I broke it yesterday, and I took them. But they're officially there. And it's the Miami Marlins. That's the only team so far in baseball. And baseball is such a long season. Teams come on and off the list a lot. But right now, only team on there, Miami Marlins. Money Marlins revoked. Knock got his ass lit up yesterday. I was so sad. It was early too. It was early. We were out of our misery early. That's the thing. I'd rather be out of my misery early than for it to happen late. Just get it up with. We'll see.
We got the Royals taking on Jay's favorite team, the Astros. And then we've got the Cardinals taking on my favorite pitcher, Zach Wheeler, in the Philadelphia Phillies. Sounds like a name of a band. That'd be a good name for a band, man. Zach Wheeler and the Phillies.
All right, walk with me down this path here, guys. Basically, the information
We're not going to the ex-Texas Ranger angle here versus
the way I'm looking at it is they're telling me that the Rangers are the Royals. Is how I'm looking at it. That's what they're telling me. That's what the hell they're telling me. Based on pricing alone, Ruffolo, walk with me. This was the pricing the Astros were.
I'm trying, but I can't keep up. I got fat, short legs. You gotta slow down for me here.
Listen. They're telling me that the Rangers are the Royals based on pricing and pricing alone. This was what the Astros were priced like here in Texas. Yeah, okay. I'm on the Royals. Value. It's just value fading the Astros. The books, they just don't care. Royals have played well. Astros, they did win the last two. Shout out to them. That just means there's value fading their ass. Cole Raggins, he's one of my guys. Bobby Witt Jr. finna light up Christian Javier. Give me KC money line. Then, what was the other one? Phillies-Cardinals?
Yes.
Give me Sonny Gray. Give me Sonny Gray and the value fading Zach Wheeler. Wheeler was all right last game, and it came and got him. It's really came and got him both games because he's had back-to-back solid games, but it's Mitch's argument. You know, it's the Gausman argument. It's the Wheeler argument, you know. Those two guys, even when they pitch well, the team just never back them up. Same thing probably will happen here. Or he might get lit up today. This might be the one that's his fault. You know, that one pops up every now and then. I think Sonny Gray has a decent outing here. Give me the Cardinals home dog.
Yep. I don't like this Phillies bullpen. I think they're ass. And I think that I think the Cardinals, I think Sonny Gray can keep them. Sonny Gray is 3 runs or less. I think he keeps them in the game good enough to get to the Phillies bullpen. I like the Royals against the Astros. I think Javier's not very good. And I think the Royals are up-and-comers. I think we're going to get good value on the Royals, and I think after the All-Star break, we're going to be jumping off that ship. Unless we're in Vegas and we just they happen to be down 4 or 5 runs, and then we'll be in-gaming them.
Reverse run line Royals. I'll never forget Bobby Witt Jr. to the plate, me and Mitch walking through Vegas. I'll never forget. Who the hell reverse run lines the Royals, first of all, especially last year when they were ass. Here come Bobby Witt. Grand slam.
He didn't care what the odds were. He didn't care what
Grand slam to cash Mitch ticket. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. All right. We move on. It is the Rangers and the A's. And the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, man. I had the Diamondbacks on -2.5 yesterday, so they double lost. But at least I only lost even money. You know, I didn't lose odds on top of playing runs, which is just the dumbest thing you could possibly do. It just doesn't even make any sense. I do not understand it. It's the books suckering you in. Who's up? Me?
Yep.
All right. I like the over in the Rockies Diamondbacks, even though it's a big number, Colorado number. It's always a very square bet. I don't care. I'm taking the over. And then I love the Rangers. I would lay 3.5 runs here with the Rangers in this one. I'd also like the Rangers laying a 1.5 minimum in the first 5. I like the yes runs in the first inning in that one. The Yerfie. Chris, what do you think?
I'm gonna take the. Let's see. I really wanted to take the Diamondbacks on the run line again, but I can't get there. Maybe if I take them, I'm gonna lay a run in the first 5 or something like that because one no part of Cal Quantrill, but and I like Merrill Kelly, but Diamondbacks bullpen is in mid-season form compared to what they were last year. So give me the over 11 runs in that thing. I think you go over first 5, over full game. If you want to play for the first 5, I take the Diamondbacks, but yeah, that Diamondbacks bullpen makes me nauseous. And give me the Rangers here on the run line. I just think that the Rangers tee off on Alex Wood here. Wood is terrible as well. As much as the Oakland A's are going to provide us value for a team that's probably only going to win 50 games this year, I think the Rangers smoke them here. I think Eovaldi has another solid start at home, so give me the Rangers on the run line.
Rangers run line for me as well. We're getting a good price on it. I think plus 105 on the run line. Actually, we're not even laying odds, so I like that. But I would honestly like 3 or 4. When the Rangers are going, they're going. So like they're a team that's capable of winning like 9-0. We know that. Eovaldi at home, he's been a monster. Eovaldi, he really been a monster like the last. I don't know, man. I think we might have to start reevaluating my dude, man. He been balling. He been balling for like a good amount of time. He really has. I think he goes crazy again today. So give me my Rangers there. And then in the other one, I just got to keep Mitch. I need somebody to help to find how profitable were the Rockies at home last year at home. How profitable were they?
I think we can find it.
I might just bet Rockies money line just like almost every home game this year. Just on the value alone, man. It's just they always are profitable, but I want to know how profitable.
We can find out.
I like Los Serpientes. I really do. You know, they're one of our guys. I don't necessarily like how they started the season, 4-7. I don't.
Rockies run line or the Rockies regular?
Rockies regular.
Oh, just at home. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have it. Oh, you know where we do have it. Actually, we do have it. It's in the betting tools when you go to standings. Standings, and then you go to MLB. You go to 2023, and then you look at. So betting, frontline record, I forget how this works. Home record, there it is. And so the Rockies at home last year were, actually, where is it? So this is a chore. So,
I know.
Because I don't use it enough. The Rockies were 37-44 at home. So
37-44, but damn, that's a lot of value, bro.
betting. Here it is.
So much value. You just
Well,
gotta be
probably
okay.
had a decent round back because I'm pretty sure they beat the Dodgers a bunch at home last year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There was so much value on the money lines that they did win that you were up tremendously. You know, you just got to be okay with knowing I'm gonna lose 50% of the time taking the Rockies, but in the end, I'm gonna be up because they're gonna win some games they ain't got no business supposed to win in Colorado. It's basically all I'm saying. So I'm taking the Rockies today, money line. I'm fading the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks haven't even been the Diamondbacks we think they are. So I think there's value fading them. Give me Colorado.
next up, Chris, you big on the run line with odds? You always get very quiet when I start talking about it.
I don't have as much of an issue with it as you do. But
Well, why would you do it? Why would you do it? Just explain. I just want someone to explain to me why you would do it. In what world does it benefit you in any way, shape, or form? If you're betting, if you're doing it because you could lose less, then why are you making the bet to begin with? Because the return on investment isn't high enough to validate a crapshoot. Because if you want to be in a crapshoot, well, I know a table at the Aria that'll welcome you with open arms. I don't like Jay and I as much, but they'll welcome you probably. Come on in the water. Jay sees those don't players, man. His whole attitude changes.
he starts foaming at the mouth.
Eric Pathy's texting me.
Trying to get you on the Pathy plan to financial freedom
and sexual hedonism.
We've
got triple header here to end out the show, to end out the baseball segment. We haven't gotten to the NBA yet. Got Angels, Rays. We got Giants, Nationals, and Padres, Cubs, the rematch. Chris?
Is it me here?
Yep.
I thought it was Jay.
Go ahead. Whoever wants to do it.
All right. Get it out of the way. I'm going to take the under 8 between the Nationals and the Giants. Josiah Gray, normally a starter that pitches better on the road. And I think it's just worth noting that his first 2 starts of the season, came at home and he struggled. I believe it was against the Pirates. I'm just trying to pull up his starts here. His last start, he struggled against the Pirates, who have been actually, decent out of the gate this season, 6 runs on 7 hits. But like I said, Gray has struggled at home in his career. And his lone road start was in a bandbox in Cincinnati, where he gave up 7 runs on 8 hits with 2 home runs. I think in a more pitcher-friendly ballpark like San Francisco, I think he'll be able to keep the ball in the yard a little bit, keep the runs down. And San Francisco, they've scored 3 runs or less in 4 straight games, 4 runs or less in 8 straight. So I should envision this being a low-scoring game. Kyle Harrison, small sample size at home in his brief career, and he pitches better at home as well. So I like the under 8 in that one. And I'm going to take one more shot on the Cubs. Maybe I'll take the over in that game as well. I'm just not there with Joe Musgrove this season, even though I know he's my guy. But I don't know. I just think that we're going to get value betting against the Padres, and the Cubs have been solid at the plate. The bullpen couldn't hold on yesterday. So give me the Cubs and the plus money and the over in that game as well.
Hey, man. I'm still on my fade Tampa train, bro. They're not good. They're not good. And the Angels, they're not bad. My guy Ron Wash got these boys playing over there, man. You gonna give me a home dog and the Angels fading Tampa's overrated ass on an extended road trip? Sign me up. Give me the Anaheim Angels. I don't have the balls to go back to the Cubbies with Musgrove on the mound. I don't. I'll be 1,000 with y'all. I don't have the stones. I do have the stones to take the Nationals with Josiah Gray on the mound, though. I do have the stones for that. Kyle Harrison, he scares me. He doesn't yell minus 170 to me. Nationals are another team kind of like the Rockies. You just got to pick your spots and hold your breath. They're going to win some games they ain't got no business winning. And I think this is kind of one of those spots. Josiah Gray bounce back game for him. First dub of the season. He gets it. Give me the Nats.
On starters, and you see that these two teams might have some problems. But, usually the Rays find a way to figure it out. I like the Giants for sure over the Nationals because I take the Giants every single day. So I know that right now I'm 4-7 this season in Giant games, but I plan on being 5-7 after this one. I'd rather lay the -174 than try and go scooping on the run line for the Giants because it's just not a run line team. They're more of like an 8th inning miracle. They usually only get all their hits in 1 inning. So if it's either enough to get it across the finish line or it's not. And if you want to bet on Ben Brown, well, be my guest. We'll see just how much of a miracle worker Craig Counsell is with the pitching staff with Ben Brown pitching. Him and Hunter Brown. We'll just be fading all the Browns this year. Fading their ass. Taking the Padres once again against the Cubs. Skate on over to the NBA.
14-game card.
14-game card. We've got time. Only took us an hour. Finished baseball. It happened.
We did it.
Did it. And I think we did it. We almost stayed on topic most of the time, too. Got the Mavericks and the Hornets and the Sixers and the Pistons. Man, 2 big spreads here. Jay, want to kick us off here?
I'm not in love with either one of these 2 games, in all honesty. Yes, my Mavs go stupid, dummy, crazy in this spot, in this situation as the road favorite. In this spot, my Mavs are 17-4. Yeah, 17-4, at 81% against the number as a road favorite this season. They are head and shoulders better than the Hornets. The Mavs should kick the crap out of the Hornets here. But what makes me nervous is Mavs coming off that overtime game in their last one. Them boys was tired. They were tired after that one. And just looking at the recent history between these 2 teams, the Hornets always have been a thorn in the side of my Mavs. Not a premium today. I'm just telling you, my Mavs are not a premium today. Small lean in their direction, but I wouldn't be surprised if they won that game by 10. They should win it by 15 plus. And I do lean in their direction, but, not overly in love with it. And then Philadelphia should kick the crap out of the Pistons. They should kick the crap out of the Pistons, but, we're in that space in the NBA season. Most teams got 3-4 games left. I'm looking for specific value spots, spots where it's oh, yeah, I really love this. I could see the Sixers up 20 here, pulling everybody late and winning the game by 14, that style game. I lean towards Philadelphia, but I don't see enough value there for me to want to go to the window with it.
I think for me, it's for the Sixers, it's they have this gigantic winning streak and cover streak, 7 in a row. Man, it can't go on forever, I don't love it, struggle with it, to be honest with you. And then the other side of it, the other game, I like the Mavericks. I don't care what Jay says. He always jumps. If Jay's skittish on it, if it's the Mavericks, in this weird spot where they always cover like this, kind of like the Cowboys when we had to talk them on to the Panthers. Just reminds me a lot of it. And it's ironically, it's the same cities. It's kind of the same matchup. We had Cowboys, Panthers in Charlotte, and Jay was, no, not the Panthers. They're going to kick our ass. I'm like, CeeDee Lamb's going to have 2 touchdowns as well, and we'll go with that one also. And it's I don't even understand the thought process here. It's the Charlotte. It's got this Charlotte thing going. It's I'm taking the Mavericks. In fact, Jay's not betting. I'm doubling down. And we'll let him get in at halftime. It's a tradition.
How you connected them dots is hilarious. That was beautiful.
It's what we do.
Oh,
we remember it. We hold it against you and continue to continue to spin it in our favor.
He never gonna let me forget about taking the Panthers in that game.
I just don't even understand the pick. I mean, I just don't even get it.
Fair.
There was nothing on paper. It was a sharp chaser pick. It was chasing the sharp chaser pick.
It was a sharp chaser pick. It was. It happens.
Yeah, that other game, I'm not touching it. Sixers, whatever. No chance. We got the, the Raptors, the Raptors, up against the Pacers, and the Hawks and the Heat. You know, the Heat and Pacers played it out. Came down to the last shot of the game, and the Heat missed. Here they are in Atlanta, where, oh my God, man, they're gonna kill the Hawks in this thing. They're gonna be mad. I like the Heat in this one. The Sixers are actually battling it out with the Heat now for that 7th spot, and then because the Heat lost to the Sixers that other game, and I also like the Pacers to kind of blow the doors off the Raptors in this one as well. I like chalk. I will go with the square plays. Chris, speaking of squares, what do you got?
Wow. Well, I'll go with the Mavs from that last time slot, but
You didn't
this
pick
time
the
slot
last
I'm gonna
slot?
go with.
You didn't pick the last slot?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
That's okay. Nah, it's
No,
okay.
go ahead.
I'll just say.
No, go ahead.
I'm with
Do
you.
double. It's okay.
I'm with you on the Mavs. I'm. It's interesting that they've only actually been a double-digit road favorite once this season for how well they've played as a road favorite. They covered against Portland, so against the Charlotte team that I think has mailed it in. I'm taking them here. I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks, and I'm going to take the Indiana Pacers. I've rarely taken the Raptors this season. Why stop now at this point? I mean, it's bad for the Raptors. If Emmanuel quickly played, I would have thought, man, maybe they actually want to win one final home game, but they pulled him. They're resting him. They're shutting it down for the season. If the Indiana Pacers don't win this game by 15 to 20 points, even with how questionable their road defense has been at times this season, I don't know what to do with the Pacers. So we've seen the Raptors stumble in less spots than this. Give me the Pacers, and give me the Miami Heat as well. Atlanta Hawks, they're locked into that 9-10 game. I think the only thing they're playing for right now is to be able to host that 9-10 play-in game. The Heat, on the other hand, I mean, they can get out of the play-in tournament altogether, and this is the healthiest they've been all season, I think. So give me the Miami Heat here to come up with a point to prove against the Atlanta Hawks.
Ruffolo, word for word, bar for bar, my brother. I'm on the Pacers. I think they just offensively will be too much for the Raptors. Raptors have waved the white flag. I came to the same conclusion you did. Resting quickly here. What the 3 games left. What are we resting for? What are we resting for? We're resting for Cancun? Like, what the fuck going on there? Tells you everything you need to know. We ain't taking this shit serious. Pacers should throttle them. And then I got to fade the Atlanta Hawks, the worst ATS team in basketball. It's April, and we know what happens with Miami in April, May, June. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all this. This is not going to be my tune tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm fading the fuck out of Miami. But today, I like them. They should beat up on Atlanta. Like Chris said, Atlanta doesn't really have much to play for. I mean, kind of, but not really. Miami has the world to play for, low-key. Give me the Heat here in this one. I think they take this one seriously, knowing that tomorrow is a legitimate 50-50 game. Or, not even a 50-50 game. They're supposed to lose tomorrow. But this is the winnable game. So they got to win the winnable games. They're better than the Hawks. They got to get the Hawks. I think they get them. I'm going to lay the points. Because they not winning tomorrow. I'm just trying to poke the bear, see if he provoked back.
Doesn't matter. We like being in the play-in. It's where we live.
That's really not a bad take. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not a bad take. I could see them being this. I really want the Heat as a 7 seed. I'm praying that the Heat gets the 7 seed. If they get the 7 seed, it's going to be the most hilarious shit on the planet.
Is it crazy to think they want to be in the play-in tournament so they play either the Bucks or the Celtics?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I want them to get the 7 seed. I want them to play Milwaukee. I'm praying they play Milwaukee. I don't want them to play Boston.
I want to see him play Boston.
No, I don't want to see him. I want to see them play Boston later on. I want to see them beat Milwaukee again. We'll see. Do they beat the Hawks today, Mitch?
Yeah, they beat the crap out of the Hawks.
Fair.
Raul's here. Raul kind of grows on you over time.
So does mold at this point. Okay, so we gotta. There's lots of things that grow on you, but I like Raul.
See, the thing is that he has his platform, he has his position, and he's unwavering. You know, it's like he don't care how square he sounds. You know, that's him.
Gotta give him credit for at least standing on his laurels.
Yeah. Working on the Pick Dogs bobbleheads. Need a little bit of touch up, but I think they're heading in the right direction. What do you think, Chris, about the Pick Dogs bobblehead?
I like it. I think so.
It's hard because that lower half, you know.
Yeah, I know. I get why it's difficult, but no, I think we were all talking about it yesterday. I think the right choice.
Do you think we go with just the bust? Do you think we go with just the waist up?
No, I think you need the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, I think you put the legs, and I think we just change the bottom to the black, and it'd be all right. Be good.
Yeah.
All right. You guys think so? The bobbleheads take 100 days to get the bobbleheads. So
Oh, geez.
This will be post All-Star break, but something to look forward to.
In the dog days of summer, Pick Dogs days of summer.
Maybe sell them on the site, and then also give them away with like any football season package or something.
There you go.
We're already promoing. That's what we do. Get your football season pass.
Speaking of season pass, we can hop on Ruffolo's MLB package with Costi, or you can hop on my NBA for the playoffs. You know, finna heat up, man. That time. So be on the lookout for those two. Y'all know who to call. Call Costi. And get you set up.
Yep.
Johan, book it, cash it, do what you need to do.
5-666-7674.
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, wait, what is the number? Then I was like, oh yeah, Jay's got it.
Well, Bucks Celtics, man, it is happening. They've played a few times this season. And the Bulls and the Knicks.
York, Chicago.
Oh.
Woo.
Chris, this one's you.
This one's me. All right. Give me the first give me the New York Knicks laying the 5 against the Bulls. I think once we saw that OG Anunoby's back, gonna add a level of he didn't have a great offensive game last time out. I think he only had like 2 points, but 4 steals. Could see the effort and the difference he makes on the defensive end of the floor as well. I think it's just gonna make Chicago uncomfortable. I know Chicago as a home dog's been a decent team this season, but I think New York's still trying to solidify it, maybe a top 4 spot in the East. So with teams falling around them, it's as good a time as any for them to make a move. And right now, the Bulls, I think, just need to make sure they get into that 9-10 play-in game healthy. So I'll take the Knicks there. And I'm going to take the Bucks. I know this team has been terrible lately, and I know that the mindset of just blindly backing the Boston Celtics has paid off in spades. Even when this team, for the most part, has clinched the number 1 seed, they've continued to cash more often than not. But if this isn't a motivation spot for the Milwaukee Bucks to pull their head out of their ass, I don't know what is. They've looked terrible in a lot of recent games. And this could be a potential, playoff series somewhere down the line. So I just think that the Milwaukee Bucks have to show up here. Nothing more than that. I just don't know what motivation that the Celtics have to add another win here. I mean, you don't want to give up anything, especially if you're going to meet them later down the road. So give me the Bucks in the bucket here. Like I said, this is just purely a motivation spot for me here.
Ruffolo, that is the sharp chaser special today.
You know what? So be it. It's just one of those things where it's just like,
I get it. I get it. I get the spot. I mean, I get the motivational factors. I get all that. But I mean, that same motivation was there when these boys just lost to the goddamn Memphis. Them same motivational factors were just there when they lost to Toronto. Them same motivational factors were just there when they lost to Washington.
Fair.
Why
fair, but I'll counter with this. Does that not feel like the Milwaukee Bucks that we've seen the last year and a half, where they just go through the motions against lesser teams? We've seen that, and I don't know. I get where you're saying that the motivation should still be there regardless of who's on the other side, but I don't know.
But nothing. There's nothing here that says take Milwaukee. There's nothing.
Oh,
They're on a 4-game losing streak. They've lost to the worst teams in the league, and now all of a sudden they're supposed to beat the best team in the NBA. Like, somebody make it make sense. And nobody has been able to make it make sense to me yet.
Well, Chris, this is the same guy that's trying to justify the run line and laying odds. So it's like, take it.
I'm not even beating up Chris. I'm beating up everybody out there on Milwaukee because there's a ton of people out there on Milwaukee today.
Why?
Why? Make it make sense.
You got to go back and rewatch the weekend show and hear Jovan, who rarely goes off on anybody, go off on the Bucks, player by player, right through the roster, man.
These boys is terrible.
Because I started at Doc Rivers, and he was just like,
unless you have a clear and concise reason to fade the Celtics, you don't do it. And there's no clear and concise reason here for Milwaukee. If your argument is they're trying to solidify the 2 seed, my argument to counter that is they should have been trying to do that when they were playing the worst teams in the NBA. I'm on Boston here. And for the argument that the Celtics have no motivation here, they've had no motivation to kick the living crap out of everybody they played recently. That Sacramento game, still, they were up humongous in that game. I'm not fading Boston right now. These boys are 62 and 16. I'm on Boston here, man, and I'm fading the Sharp Chasers.
That Sacramento game is exactly why I'm going against them. Took their foot off the gas.
I get it. Again, I get it.
I'm still seething about it.
But I'm on them Celtics.
Chris is seething.
And then in the other one, I'm on your Chicago Bulls. They just beat the Knicks, bro. They just beat them in Chicago. We're gonna do it again. This is what the Bulls do, man. We figured them out. They on a win one, lose one type streak. They've been on that. They just lost to the Magic on the road. They come back home and beat the Knicks. The Knicks, they ain't nothing special to me. They not. I mean, they're just not.
Well, not with the roster they have right now.
Yeah, even healthy with Anunoby and Randall, I think I'm done with the Knicks. I'm just done with them. They need to go away.
Jay's checking out of his relationship with the New York Knicks.
I'm done. I'm liking Chicago. Chicago's going to beat Atlanta in the play-in, and then they're going to get swept by Boston, but they're going to fight hard.
What year was John Starks throwing up those bricks in the finals for the Knicks in Game 7 against? What year was that? That's when I checked out of my relationship with the New York Knicks. My toxic relationship.
I'm on Chicago right now. Money line.
Was that like mid '90s when Jordan went to baseball?
I think it was Pat Riley was coaching the team because I checked out of my relationship with the Knicks when John Starks just continued to shoot, even though he couldn't hit anything. You got to let him shoot out of it. It's like, it's Game 7 of the finals. It's like, you don't have to let him shoot out of it. It's like, yeah, I'd had enough.
I'm not a New York hater, and I do understand the quick revenge spot, but it's like you got to know the Bulls to know what I mean here. Like, this is what the Bulls do. This is what they do. This is just what they do.
Raul is the New York equivalent of you. Is what's going on here.
I know. I like Raul.
But he is. Raul, Jets or Giants? I bet you he's a Giant fan. Yankees, Giants, Jets, Mets usually. Most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. It's Jets, Mets.
Yeah, Raul, that's a good
Giants.
question. Jets or Giants? That's a good question. I'm gonna go with. I think he's a Jets fan. I think he's a Jets fan. Jets. Jets. I'm ready for football to be back, man. It's gonna be an interesting season. My team gonna be trash, but you know. Still might win the division. He said no Jets. Hell no. Giants. Y'all suck, Raul. I'm sorry.
You said Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so predictable. So predictable. So predictable, man. Coming at you like a crazed dog. I'm on the Celtics, man. People say I never take the Celtics. Well, you just saw it. I took the Celtics. Bucks are horrid. Man, if they play their way out of that 2 spot, and we don't get to play them in the first round, it'd be a crime.
They might, but then again, they might not. I think they stay too.
How about the Cavs, man? The Cavs might drop all the way to playing the Heat in that 7-8 game, the way that they're playing. They got a chance, man. They are free falling, man, out of the sky.
Free falling.
I'm still mad I didn't win that weekly pass, man. I was like, I saw that guy. I was like, that's him. Mitch took the Celtics. Usually means go the other way. Pretty much. I'll roll with the Bulls. Why not? Your Chicago Bulls.
It's funny when they hit you with the comment and you gotta just agree with them. Somebody yesterday hit me. It was like, Jay, why do we keep taking the Marlins? I said, you know what? It's a great question. It's a great fucking question. I'm done.
I loved living in Chicago, man. When I lived there, I loved it, man. I lived there for 9 years. I freaking loved it. I used to do my videos in front of my big window, man, right in front of Lake Michigan. Lake would be frozen solid, and I'd run outside on that lake path every day. I used to run like 12, 14 miles a day when I lived in Chicago. You know why? The food's so good. The pizza,
We need to go to,
you got it.
we need to go this year so I can go to a White Sox and a Cubs game.
I'm in, man. I'm in.
I need to book it. Let's do it. Find a week or like a weekend where they both in
It's
town.
got to be like July or August because Chicago in June, it could still be snowing.
All right, cool.
Do it, Chris. You in? We'll find a.
For what, Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll fly out.
Do it. Got a lot of fans in Chicago too, so we could have a.
Can you bet in Chicago?
Yeah, you can bet in Chicago. There's a book in Wrigley Field now.
Ooh, turn me up. All right, now you're talking
Pete
my
Rose.
man.
That's the argument. You know, Pete Rose thrown out of baseball sports book at Wrigley Field. Yep, Chicago also they have casinos, but not. I don't know if they have one downtown now, but they didn't then. But casinos too.
For sure. Let's do it.
Got Rockets Magic and Grizzlies Spurs. Two tough ones, man. I think, well, the Grizz is easy. Grizzlies, money line, whatever, man. Everything. The world. All Grizzlies all the time in this one against the Spurs.
So, do you know what's going on in that game? That one's tough.
Well, I know what's going on. The Grizzlies beating them 14 times in a row. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
14 in a row, man.
14 in a row. Ugh. Spurs been balling, though. If they going to break it today, now's the time to break it. But 4.5, I really want to be laying 4.5 with the Spurs, knowing they're overvalued. Yeah. Feel me? We at that time of the year.
The Rockets Magic is a tough one too. The Rockets are eliminated. The Magic are in a weird spot in the playoffs. They can't afford to lose, man. But the Rockets have been tough at home, playing with house money. I like the Rockets in that one against the Magic.
Ruffolo.
Yeah, that Rockets Magic game is tough. I like the Magic when they were at 2, but now at 3, it's a little bit dicey because I can see it falling right on that number. And I'm in the same boat with the Spurs. I liked it better when it was at 2.5. Now 4.5 is a little bit tough. But for me, it's like Spurs, or I'm not going to play that game. I mean, it's even a lean for me at the Spurs, just because of how banged up that Memphis team is. I mean, now we truly are the Memphis Hustle. Like, I don't think there's outside of Gigi Jackson, I don't think there's like an NBA player on the roster.
And Gigi himself, low-key like a G League type dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad. And I think just with, the Spurs going to overtime in that last game against the Sixers shows me that they're actually just still trying to compete. I think they want to try to maybe avoid that worst record in Spurs history. I don't know if even these guys take that seriously, but I don't know. It's those two games are tough. So
for my parlay people out there, a parlay piece I do like is Spurs money line. I can't get there at 4.5. I can't. I just can't personally lay 4.5 with San Antonio. But if you parlay in the day, I do like Spurs money line in there. 14 times revenge. What's that? I need to know the name of that. I'm gonna look it up in a second.
I don't think there is one.
There might be one. You'd be surprised.
There probably is, but it wouldn't make sense.
I'm taking San Antonio money line there. And I'm also go money line on Houston, the Houston Rockets. That game is tough. I'm with Ruffolo and Mitch. It's tough. It's probably the toughest game on the board. But I got to go Houston, man. I got to continue to trust the spots and situations. Houston and Orlando are tied. They're dead even for the number 1 home ATS team in basketball. Houston 26-13-1, Orlando 26-13. They both go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib, covering at a 67% clip at home. The thing is, the Rockets are the team at home here. And this will be the Rockets' last home game of the season. I was at their last game they just played. They played my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, here in Dallas. And them boys was hooping. They were technically that game was the eliminator for the Rockets in the playoffs, but they were really already eliminated when they lost to Golden State the other day. But you wouldn't have known that the way they played the Mavs in that game. They should have won that game. The Rockets should have won that game. I had Mavericks laying the points. Legacy cover. Oh, my God. To miss both free throws like that and then to go for the Mavs go tie it and then cover 9 in OT, what Patty say? You don't want the dog in OT. But, look, I got to trust the Rockets in their last home game of the season. I think they're going to end their season on a high note. Their schedule coming up was pretty weak, too. So this is a team that's going to be in the playoffs next year. I like them in this spot today. I know the Magic have a lot of motivational factors. The Magic can technically still get the 2 seed. They are the number 1 overall ATS team in basketball, the Orlando Magic. But I think the Rockets give them everything they can handle. I also kind of like the under 2 defensive teams. But I'm on Houston, and I'm going to attack the plus money. I'm going straight up money line.
So August 8th, August 7th, Cubs are home against the Twins. The 8th, a day off. And then the 9th, the Cubs at White Sox.
So wait, Cubs are home against the Twins, and then the Cubs play the White Sox?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At White Sox.
That's not bad.
Not a bad spot. There's a couple others in here that are possible. But the Rangers are at the White Sox on the 27th, 28th, 29th of August. And the Cubs they're on the road that whole time. So,
damn, that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. But the Cubs are on the road starting on the 23rd and all the way on the 31st. They're still on the road. Oh well. Figure it out. Not that hard. Could always do 2 trips.
True.
Could always go to another game in another city, come back. Like do a Brewers game and then come back.
Could also see if there's a road game where like the other team isn't playing and if they're playing close by.
Yeah, the Brewers. That's what I'm saying. The Brewers is like an hour drive. So you can catch the Brewers, on there. So you go do 3 stadiums, 3 days.
I'm down. That's my type of language right there.
And they have casinos in Wisconsin and Illinois.
Turn me up.
Maybe I'll just drive down.
Like doing a whole Central Division, Cardinals, Tigers, like do the whole thing.
Bears, oh my! Sorry, that was bad. I tried.
Got the Timberwolves and the Wizards. 17 points in this one. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And the Thunder Buddies taking on Sacktown. Who's up? Chris?
No. Do I have to be?
Yep.
Okay. I think if anything, I'm not going anywhere near that Wizards Timberwolves matchup.
You don't want to stay in the house with this.
I'll lean towards. You, my friend, are staying there alone tonight. If anything,
room for one.
Because I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
How many guests?
They have good nightly rates this time of year. Give me OKC laying the 5.5. I loved it when it was at 3. It was going to be a premium even up to 4, but 5.5 might be a little bit too much for me to go that hard on it. But I still like the Thunder in that game. Now that SGA is healthy and this Thunder team's still playing to get one of those top 2 spots in the West, trying to get home court throughout the West if they can get to that number 1 seed. Sacramento, I think there's just too much going on for them to, get out of that play-in tournament. So I think the Thunder get the job done there, get the winning cover, taking the Thunder laying the 5.5.
Breaking news: Jalen Williams present at shoot-around. We're back. We've been down. Y'all been kicking us while we're down. It's cool, though. It's cool. Because tonight, we finna kick some ass. I'm back on the Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies for life. We're finna blow the living doors off of Sacramento. Send Sacramento to the play-in tournament where they belong. Bye-bye, Kings. This is just not y'all year. Y'all had a good year, but bye-bye. Oklahoma City, it's time to get back to handling business. Fully healthy tonight. They're going to blow the doors off of Sacramento. And the other one we got, who was it? Oh, yeah, House of Disappointment. The Wizards are the worst team in basketball. Short, sweet, simple. So we're not even looking in the direction. They're their ass. T-Wolves, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Give me the T-Wolves. That's all I got for that game is come on, T-Wolves. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So we also got pre-All-Star break if we did July 6th or 7th at Wrigley, and then July 8th and 9th. It's Marlins and then Twins, though. So, I don't know. I like those Cubs-White Sox games. Everyone knows that. Love that stuff.
That's not a bad one. What was that? August? Yeah. That's not a bad one. Catch White Sox Cubs.
Because we know it'll be nice. That's the whole thing.
You can wear your Cubs Sox shirt.
Yeah. I'll wear my White Sox shirt. Good. Well, we'll be on the south side, so it's not as fun to wear the Cubs socks at White Sox. More fun to wear at Wrigley. Everyone knows that. All right, we'll figure that out. We got time. It'll end up being a last-second thing. We'll figure it out. Is it my turn? Thunder buddies for me. I'm so sick of the Kings, man. I know the Thunder haven't been playing well, but the Kings haven't been playing well all season. I'm also going to go with Washington here plus the points. The Timberwolves on the front end of a back-to-back. They play in Denver on Wednesday for the big one. So they got to win the game. They just don't have to, I don't think they push it too hard because that game on Wednesday is big, really big. That's for first place. Got the Warriors and the Lakers. These teams play each other every 3 weeks, man. They play each other every day. They play. And now in the Jazz and the Thunder and the Nuggets, same thing. But the Nuggets are on the road in their game in this one.
That Jazz Nuggets game, I see no real value there. I mean, it's the Jazz have waved the white flag on the season. Nuggets have a slight motivation still playing for the 1 seed, but does that mean they really want to air them out? I don't know. But this Lakers-Warriors game, Warriors are pretty much the 10 seed, all right? No matter what they do, 9 times out of 10, they're the 10 seed. The Lakers, though, however, can get all the way out of the play-in almost. It's in the Lakers' best interest to beat Golden State here and avoid having to play Golden State in that 9-10 win or go home playing game. So for the Warriors, this is just another rest. I mean, not rest, but this is just another game kind of essentially for the Warriors. For the Lakers, this game is everything. And on TNT, I have to roll with the Lake Show here. I know everybody wants to see the win-go-home game between the Lakers and the Warriors, but I'm sure the Lakers don't want that. And so it's in their best interest to get this one done today. They only got 3 games left. Half game back of Sacramento. I just told you I think Sacramento losing today to Oklahoma City. So I think the Lakers jump up a seed. I'm going to take them here after beating the Warriors today.
I'm going to take the Lakers also. I just think these are the games that they seem to get it done. I like the Nuggets against the Jazz too. I think the Nuggets, same thing. They have Timberwolves tomorrow, but they're home. But I don't. I think even if they play half-ass, they still will whip the Jazz's ass. So I'm gonna take the Nuggets. Chris,
I don't think the Mavs and the Thunder will meet in the postseason. Like it'd take almost a miracle for them two to meet, just based on the seeding. Because I think they're going to be like 3-5 or 3-4. So I don't think they'll meet.
Is this on move to what, 2.5 or 3 for the Warriors and Lakers?
Lakers 2.5 is what I see.
Yeah, now it's moved up to 2.5. I'll take a shot on the Warriors here. I think it's a 1 or 2 point game. I genuinely think this game comes down to the last shot. I think it's high pressure for both teams. And I get where Jay's coming from. The Lakers, have everything to gain from this one because they're, in a much more attainable position to get out of the play-in if they can basically run the table. I mean, only a game and a half separates 6 through 9 in the Western Conference, but I mean, it's not like I don't think the Golden State Warriors are just gonna lay back, not lay back and let them have it, but I just think they're gonna step up. I think they're gonna be competitive as Golden State Warriors usually are, and they're also a better road team this season. So at 2.5, I'll take the free bucket with the Warriors.
I hate to be the conspiracy guy. I really hate to be that guy. If you were the Warriors, who would you rather play? The Lakers right now or the Kings? Be real.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm not disagreeing with you.
And all that stands in the way of that is a loss tonight by you.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But
I'm not saying that Curry and Thompson and them are just going to come out here and try to lose. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
I'm just saying I could easily see 113, 111.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the score. I wouldn't.
So I'm just saying, now that it's gone up to where you're getting that hook on top of the two, I think I can get there with the Warriors.
Shopify helps you sell it.
If it was at a flat 2, I think I think I'd have a easier time staying off it, but I think at 2.5, I'm okay with it.
potential spam.
If they're calling asking if you need your ducks clean, tell them you have peace.
Hello.
Good morning, Mitch. This is Amy. I'm calling on behalf of American Express. I'm a quarter-line for Dawn Patrol. How are you this morning?
Good, thanks.
This is riveting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is an inconvenient time. So if you'd like to speak, you could set up a meeting with me. You could email me. Thank you very much. No, it wasn't a scam. It was American Express. It was American Express.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for in what world is this a good time to call me? I'm still on the
air. And look who's calling me now.
I can't see. Oh my God.
Yes? Yes. You're on the air. What's up?
American Express here.
Yeah, sure.
This is the American Express. Your bill is past due.
No, it wasn't. It was actually a call thanking me for taking American Express. It was actually a call. So there you go.
All right. Well, Thunder Buddies for life. American Express is sponsoring the Thunder Buddies.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
That's why we don't have nice things.
That's true. All right, where were we?
Clippers, Suns, Pelicans, Blazers. See you, Mitch.
Clippers, Suns, Pelicans, Blazers. Oh man, I got to go with the Suns. This is a back-to-back, right? They play back-to-backs.
They play tomorrow in LA.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Suns. Just fuck the Clippers, man. I'm gonna take the Suns to sweep it. Really have very little faith in either of these teams right now. These are two teams headed nowhere fast. And then the Blazers are. Oh God, why are they still a team? The Blazers are playing against the Pelicans. I'm gonna take the Blazers at home. I think the Pelicans also, once again, playing their worst basketball at the worst time. I'll take the Blazers plus the points at home. I look for Scoot to go with the double-double.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think that's just where we are right now. Man. It's Pelicans or pass for me in that game. Yes, a lot of these are tough today, but yeah, give me the Pelicans laying the big number. Another team with someone to play for against a Portland team that's pretty much just mailed it in at this point. So give me the Pelicans laying the points.
Raul, bro.
What do you?
I don't know why that was so funny to me, but that's funny. That was a good one, Raul. I'll give it to you. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm on the Suns with you, Raul. Suns will shine today, no eclipse. Fuck the Clippers, respectfully. Am I really enthused with laying 7.5 with Phoenix? No. I wish I would have got in last night when it was much lower. But fuck the Clippers. And then I lean Blazers. The Pelicans, easy team to figure out. When healthy, they're one of the best teams in the league. When they're not healthy, which they never are, they're the Pelicans. So they're the Pelicans currently. Fading their ass.
I hate the Pelicans, man. Can't stand them. All right, well, we made it.
Parlays.
It's just hard, though. These shows go so long, man. It's like I got 100 other things I got to do. But
I know. With baseball back, stuff.
I know. But it all smooth out. The playoffs start like next week. It's like 4 games a day instead of
yeah. Instead of 30 games between both leagues. That just means it's a great parlay day.
It is a great parlay day.
You know, a lot of people didn't really like my video yesterday. They were mad at me, and I was just trying to speak truth to them, I got a couple of DMs yesterday that were like, you know what, Jay? How are you parlay god Jay and you're dissing parlays? I was just like, bro, it's not a great long-term strategy. That's all I'm saying. I'm just telling you the truth. Don't beat me up. We got a lot more shorts coming out soon, so y'all be on the lookout for them, man. They rolling out like every day, so between the 4 of us, should be fun.
There it is. Contest winner is William.
Yes, William Stevenson. Shout out to you with the narrow win over Mark Dole's. Narrow win.
Whatever it takes, they count
I
the
was
same.
not finishing 6th.
Counts the
William
same.
Stevenson had 310. Mark Dole's had 309. They both had UConn as the winner. Mark actually got more correct, but had 46. But William had more points at 310. The highest handicapper here at Pick Dogs was Chris Ruffolo, who finished 6th overall in the tournament. Shout out Roof. He had UConn as well. So, yes, shout out to William Stevenson. I think Costi will be reaching out to you, sir, with all the prize information. most certainly about the dinner with Eric Pathy. That's the most important.
All right, what's the parlay? I like the. I'll go first. I'll take the. Oh man. I'll roll with the over in the Red Sox Orioles. I'll take the over in the Reds-Brewers, and I'll take the over in the Yankees Marlins. Over.
I'm going to roll my R's here. I'm going to go with the Rangers run line, Royals, and Reds.
I'm going to go blowout Central. Mavs, Timberwolves, Nuggets. Blowout Central in the NBA. 3-teamer.
All right. Well, thanks,
You selling
everyone.
Mitch?
Oh, I've got early baseball pick, and then I've got the game is starting now. I got early baseball. I've got early baseball. I've got a baseball 3-pack for tonight, and my MLB play of the day. How about you?
What you got today, Roof?
Got a MLB pickoff play for $19. Got that play as part of my MLB triple play, and I got a hoops and hockey 5-pack for NBA and NHL. If you're looking for that.
I got an MLB play of the day. You guys can scoop that up today, and I got a NBA play of the day, and I got an NBA 3-pack. I think I have 4 plays total on the NBA, 2 in MLB for long-term folks. So make sure you hop on something long-term, and we can continue to try to kick the crap out of the books with the playoffs on the horizon. Don't forget about me and Ruffolo. Both have access that you guys can join. Hit up my guy Costi. NBA for me. Playoffs on the horizon. Major League Baseball for Ruffolo. Hey, get in with Ruffalo right now, bro. It's a ton of baseball left on the horizon. Like, if you got to catch the value all season, call Costi. He'll set you up. You talk to him the right way, he might set you up with a nice dual package. So, Costi for a good price. So hit up my guy Costi, and we'll set up a time to talk, figure out the packages for you. Money Making Tuesday. We appreciate each and every one of you that joined us today. Mitch, take us home, sir.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I've got just 100 million things going on here, so we'll figure it out, man. Make it a winning day, and I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, a little bit smaller.